MBBS. One-step solution for all medical studies.
Hi friends, welcome back in this series of lectures on the brachial plexus. So in the last video we discussed the definition of the brachial plexus, and now in this video we will discuss how the brachial plexus is formed and what are the branches of the brachial plexus. So friends, for understanding how the brachial plexus is formed and what are the branches of the brachial plexus, here we are taking a very beautiful tree, and as you all know, what are the parts of a tree? As this is the root part, this is the stem, and these are the roots, and this stem is also called what? Trunk. What it called? Trunk. And this trunk or stem divides into some divisions. And friends, if you will observe all around you, then you will find mainly stem of the tree is divided into two parts. So these are what? These are the divisions of the stem or trunk. And friends, these thick rod like structures are called what? They are called? They are called cords, and these cords divides into multiple branches. So whatever you see on the top of the tree, they are mainly the branches of the cords. Now friends, please rapidly tell me, what are these? These are the roots of the tree, this is the trunk or stem of the tree, and these are the divisions of the tree, and after divisions these are the cords of the tree, and these are the branches of the tree. So this is mainly our brachial plexus. As friends, in the brachial plexus, first there are roots, and roots join together to form trunk, and then trunk divides into the divisions, and after divisions they form cords, and after the cords they form branches. So friends, there is no need to make any mnemonic for remembering this sequence, as this tree will help you in remembering this sequence. So first is roots, then trunk, then divisions, then cords, then branches. It is very simple friends. So friends, whenever you see any tree around you like this, then this sequence must come in your mind. Now what I am doing, I am just rotating this tree by 180 degrees, so it looks like this. So root part comes at the top and the branches part comes at the bottom. And this is how our brachial plexus is present in our body. On the top there are roots, and roots together to form trunk, and from the trunk divisions, from the divisions cords, and these are the branches. But friends, remember one thing, that for our convenience or for our simplification we will use only erected tree. Okay friends, but in actually this is the arrangement. Okay friends, have you understood? Now friends, we have mainly three types of tree. First tree, second tree, and third tree. First tree is having two roots and their names are C5 and C6. Second tree is having only a single root, only one root, and its name is C7. Third tree is having two roots and their names are C8 and T1. So from here two very important points come, and what are these? As the first tree and third tree is having two roots, but the middle one tree is having only single root. Now friends, I am sure you will not get confused in first tree and third tree, but you will or you may get confused in the middle one tree or in the second tree. So to overcome this confusion, we have a very nice trick. And what is this? As this tree is present in the middle one, that is why it is called middle tree. Okay, middle tree. And middle can also be written like mono. From M we are making this mono. Mono means single, as you know, one. Mono means one. And for the middle we are using mono. It means the middle tree is having only mono root, means only single root. In this way friends, you can remember that middle tree is having only single root. So this is trunk of the first tree and its name is upper trunk, and this one is second and its name is middle trunk, and this one is third and its name is lower trunk. And upper trunk, as you know, is formed from C5 and C6 root. Middle trunk is formed from single root, that is C7, and lower trunk is formed from C8 and T1 roots. Now friends, from the name, as you can understand that upper trunk will be present on the topmost, lower trunk will be present on the lowermost part, and middle trunk, it is obvious, will be present in between the lower trunk and the upper trunk. Now, as you know, like tree, these trunks will also divide into two divisions. One is anterior and one is posterior. One is anterior, one is posterior. One is anterior and one is posterior. So friends, from each trunk, two divisions. So how many divisions are formed from three trunks? Obvious friends, 6 divisions from 3 trunks. Now friends, the anterior division of the upper trunk and anterior division of the middle trunk join together to form lateral cord, and anterior division of the lower trunk continue as a medial cord, and posterior divisions of each trunk join together to form posterior cord. Now friends, here one very important point is that like trunks, cords are also 3 in number, but their names are different, and their names are given on the basis of their relationship with the axillary artery. As medial cord is present medial to axillary artery, lateral cord lateral to axillary artery, and posterior cord is present posterior to the axillary artery. So friends, this is very important. So friends, till now we have reached up to the cords. Now it's the time to make beautiful branches. So start from the roots. Roots gives mainly 2 branches. Upper trunk gives mainly 2 branches. Now here one very important point is that only upper trunk gives branches while no other trunk gives any branch. Lateral cord gives 3 branches, posterior cord gives 5 branches, and medial cord also gives 5 branches. So friends, branch from the C5, C6 and C7 root join together to form long thoracic nerve, and branch from the C5 root forms dorsal scapular nerve, and upper trunk gives suprascapular nerve and nerve to subclavius. Now friends, how will you remember that long thoracic nerve is a branch of roots? It is very simple friends. Now use your common sense. The thing which will come from the root side, that will be the longest with respect to the topmost part of the tree. That is why friends, long thoracic nerve is a branch of roots. And also friends, it is obvious that roots are present very distant or very dur and D-O-R. So it is dur. Roots are very dur or distant from the topmost of the tree. Are you agree friends? Yes. So this dur will remind you that dorsal or dorsal scapular nerve is a branch of root. So now it is not dorsal, it is what? It is dorsal scapular nerve because it comes from a very distant. So here two things are very clear, that long thoracic nerve is a branch of roots and dorsal scapular nerve or dorsal scapular nerve is also branch of the roots. Now friends, coming to upper trunk, how will you remember that suprascapular nerve is a branch of the upper trunk? It is again very simple friends. Now write upper here, so U-P-P-E-R, so it is upper. So friends, don't you think so that pronunciation of upper and supra is very similar? Supra and upra, supra, upra, supra, upra. That is why suprascapular nerve is a branch of the upper trunk. Upper or upper trunk. Su, upar, upar. In this way friends, you can link suprascapular nerve with upper trunk. Now remaining is nerve to subclavius. It is again very simple friends. Now friends, this word subclavius is looking like subscribe. Subscribe. So those students are going to get uppermost, upper most rank in the medical field. Who will subscribe which channel? Yes friends, you are correct, Oxy MBBS. In this way friends, you can link subclavius to the upper trunk. Subclavius means subscribe, and subscribe which channel? Oxy MBBS, then you will get uppermost rank in medical field. As supraescapular nerve and nerve to subclavius are branch from the upper trunk, and as you know, upper trunk is formed from two roots C5 and C6, so it is obvious that the root values of supraescapular nerve will be C5 and C6, and the nerve to subclavius will be, tell me friends fast. Yes, you are correct, C5 and C6. So friends, this is all for today. In the next video, we will discuss the branches of the cords and very simple mnemonic with the help of which you can remember the root values of all these branches as well as these nerves of the roots. Okay friends?